The following is a high-five moment from highfivecasino.com.
I won! Yahoo! Private, put down your phone. This is the Army.
Sarge, High Five Casino is a social casino. It's on your phone. Goes wherever you go. I win free spins, cash, prizes, free daily rewards, over 1,200 games. I won again.
Platoon, present cell phone. High Five.
High Five.
Casino.
Casino.
Win at highfivecasino.com.
High Five Casino is a social casino. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Play responsibly. Conditions apply. See website for details.
High Five Casino.
Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Like the intern, Ned Reynolds in the studio on a Friday morning. Thank the good Lord. So we've got the British Open happening in Scotland. Currently, your thoughts after round one?
Round one belonged to a guy named Daniel Brown, who is from the British or the European Golf Tour. Hasn't played in the United States, at least not on an extensive quest of any sort. He has the lead at a 600 par, and that's a pretty good score considering the conditions. They were cold, and it was wet, as you might expect. And as a result, the scores weren't real good. Shane Lowry, who does play on the U.S. Tour but is Irish, had his one stroke back, or was. Scotty Scheffler, the number one golfer in the world, still very much in the hunt, but 1 under. And Tiger Woods, 8 over par. 8 over par. Didn't play well at all, and there was a sentiment that was really revealed the other day by one of the pro golfers that maybe Tiger should retire, and he was very vehement against that. But hey, it happens. And before you start casting him into the scrap heap for this tournament, keep in mind that Rory McIlroy, one of the best in the world, is 7 over par. So it does happen. Might also add the Price Cutter Charity Championship is underway here in town. And while the scores were relatively unimpressive at the British Open, Austin Hitt leads the PCCC with a 10 under par. 10 under after the first round. That continues. You're headed for 40 under. That's not going to happen, but be that as it may, they're hitting it pretty good.
Yeah, they are definitely. Kind of a sad note this morning. He was a legend in the AFL, but he was gone by the time, I'm pretty sure he was gone from the Chiefs by the time you got in this area.
He was gone from the Chiefs, but he was still playing in the AFL.
Did you get a chance to meet him?
This is Abner Haynes. Mm-hmm. No, it did not. Certainly followed his exploits. Kid from North Texas, and Abner Haynes was drafted by the NFL, but chose the AFL to play in because he went with the Dallas Texans, who are now the Kansas City Chiefs. Haynes came up here. He is was a three-time AFL All-Star, elected into the Chiefs Hall of Fame in 1991, and very, very good at the time, good running back. Passed from the scene yesterday at the age of 86.
Just a little trivia note. You know he's related to a famous singer?
No, who is it?
Sly Stone.
Is
Sly
that
and
right?
the Family Stone. He's their cousin. Yeah, Sly Rose and the family. Yep.
For heaven's
Isn't that
sake.
crazy? Small world. And he's a hell of a running back. I wonder if he could actually play piano as good as Sly could.
I suspect that Abner Haynes probably
I'm sure
was a
probably
good
could sing,
musician
at least.
somewhere along the line. He could do
for
that.
sure. So where's NASCAR going to be doing their thing this weekend?
NASCAR has the Brickyard 400 at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and this will be the final race for an extended period. Now, wait a minute. In the midsummer, you're having an extended period of no racing? That is right, because NASCAR takes off for 2 weeks because of the Olympics. Now, you're saying, well, the Olympics? What's that have to do with auto racing? It, in and of itself, has nothing to do with the auto racing itself, the Olympics, but TV does. And the TV at this time of the year is on NBC and the NBC affiliates. They are all with the Olympics, so NASCAR said, well, we'll just take off a couple weeks.
The Cardinals really have a chance to prove themselves and their worth this weekend against the Braves.
It's a really very important series for the Cardinals, that aspect, and a chance for the team and the organization to make a judgment as to whether or not they are going to be a contending team in the playoffs. I think they are, because that particular division, the National League Central, is not very strong. Cardinals could, in fact, overtake the Milwaukee Brewers. That remains to be seen. How they do in this series against the Braves and the series with the Pittsburgh Pirates coming up next week is going to be very important for the Cardinals and any determination, because, folks, the trade deadline is next week. You've got to get through that, and I say next week. It's a week and a half away. and it has to be determined as to whether or not you're going to be a buyer or a seller, and maybe both. Who knows what might happen, but it is a very big series for the Cardinals coming up.
Absolutely is. So what about the Royals? Where are we at with those guys?
I think they stand pat because it's a young team, and I really think it would be terribly detrimental to deal any of the young talent that the Royals have for something that's an immediate gain, when, in all honesty, I don't think the Royals are quite mentally ready for it. Now, they may sneak in and get a playoff berth, and they're a good team. But they're a good team in the future, and they're a good team now, but they'll be a very good team in the future. I would be very hesitant about making any changes, but you never know about the ownership.
Never know. Well, again, they got a pretty, hopefully, easy series against the White Sox at home this week. So
that should be a walkover.
Hopefully they can gain some ground. Let's talk about the British Open. We got any update there?
We do indeed. It's a tie for the lead now. Second round, of course. The play began, folks, shortly after midnight. It's a 6-hour difference, and with the big field, and this is cut-down day, with the big field, they had to get an early start, and 6 a.m. in London, well, it's pretty good. Actually, it's at Royal Troon in Scotland. Shane Lowry and Dan Brown are tied for the lead at 6 under par. Then Justin Thomas from the United States Tour is 3 under, only trails it by 3. And then you have a log jam, including Xander Schauffele and a lot of other golfers, many of them from the European Tour itself. But it's still very much undecided. Tiger Woods is playing very early. He's already 10 over par, not for this round, but for the tournament itself. And I'm sorry to say I don't think that's going to make the cut. And it will be, I think, very sobering for Tiger if that's the case.
Yeah, it definitely is, but it's a very tough sport to do if you can't physically do it. From a viewer standpoint, you look at it and you go, they're hitting little balls around, dude. Go walk 18 holes.
No,
please.
He's got to walk it.
Yeah, go walk 18 holes and tell me how you feel after doing that. We really haven't heard a whole lot about the women's Olympic basketball team. Much has been made about the men's. How are they doing?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up. The men play an exhibition game tomorrow against South Sudan in London, and that will be the guys' fourth exhibition game. They have another one after that against Germany in London, then on to the Olympics. The ladies, because the WNBA season continues up until this weekend. Now, the Olympic team, the USA Olympic team for the ladies, will have their first of 2 exhibition games tomorrow night. And you know, Mike, this might be their toughest assignment ever. It's not an Olympic game, it's the Olympic team, and it's a warm-up game, but it may be their toughest because they're playing the WNBA All-Stars. Now, wait a minute. The All-Stars are the Olympic team. Yeah, these are the girls who were not invited to the Olympic team, and it includes Caitlin Clark. Thank you. So these younger players, it includes Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and some very young stars, and they will be hell-bent to give the Olympic team a very tough time. But this is the one internal exhibition game that the ladies Olympic team will have. Then they go to London and play Germany on Tuesday. Then it's on to the Olympics. They're an 8-time gold medalist. USA men are 16-time gold medalists. Women's basketball is newer in the Olympic competition, so that stands to reason, but it's a very, very, very good team.
And it'll be interesting to see how the ladies give it to the team that they go with.
It will be.
Yep. Ned, you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.
The following is a high-five moment from highfivecasino.com.
Welcome to Burger Yippee. Would you like a hot apple pie today?
Yes, yeah, I won! Woohoo!
So that's a yes on the apple pie?
I just went big time playing High Five Casino on my phone. Real cash prizes, free daily rewards, over 1,200 games. Yeah!
So yes or no on the apple pie?
Whoa! I won again!
I'll take that as a yes. Drive around.
Have you had your high-five moment today? Only at highfivecasino.com.
High Five Casino is a social casino. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Play responsibly. Conditions apply. See website for details.
High Five Casino.